In today's video, I'm going to show you another casserole. This is another one that I like to do. This is using this Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit mix. It comes together fast. It's so delicious. I hope you come along with me while I put this together. I am going to get about a pound of ground beef browned, and then I will be adding some onion into that. The recipe calls for 1 small onion. This is a good time to open your refrigerator and see if you have any onion just sitting there instead of, cutting a brand new one. I had a half an onion in there and it's always great when I can use it up. I'm going to add just a little bit of water and then put the onions in there and cook them until they are tender. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in 1 teaspoon of pepper. The recipe calls for a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to put a half a teaspoon in. Recipe calls for half a teaspoon of thyme. Measure with your heart. I will also be putting in some paprika. The recipe calls for 1/8 of a teaspoon. And then I just want to give that a good mix. Now we'll need 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Now we'll go ahead and add 1 cup of mixed vegetables. I just want to give that a good mix. And now I just want to use up the mushrooms that I had in the refrigerator. The recipe calls for 1 can of sliced mushrooms, and it's a 7-ounce can. The recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of better than bouillon beef base, and this is all I have, so I'm going to be using 1 of these. I took 1 cube and I put it in the microwave with a little bit of water, and now I'm just taking a fork and giving it a good mix. The recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of half and half or evaporated milk. I did not have either, so I'm going to cut it back a little bit and use 1 cup of milk with 1 tablespoon of flour. I put the flour in the cup. I'm going to give that a good mix and get it nice and smooth so there's no lumps, and then I'll add the rest of the milk in. I will add the milk flour mixture into the pan. Add in my beef bouillon mixture. Now the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, and so I don't need the rest of what's in the can. If you stick around to the end, I'll show you how I freeze that. Now I just want to give that a good mix. All that is thickening up. I'm going to go ahead and spray my dish. This is a 9 by 13. Now I'll just put that into the dish. I just want to spread that out evenly. I thought it would be fun to just show the different prices here. You get 4 at Sam's, you get 1 at Walmart. I really love Sam's just for the fact that I can stock up. So there are 4 different bags in this box with 4 different seasoning packs. I'm going to take 1 bag out and 1 seasoning pack. Go ahead and pour the cheddar mix into the bowl. I will reserve the packet for later. Now I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of water. Now add a half a cup of cheddar cheese. And you want to mix this really well. Now I am going to use my ice cream scoop to scoop the biscuit mix all over the top of this. These will spread as they cook, but I like to pat them down just a little bit. Now I will put it into the oven. You want to heat your oven to 375. You're going to bake it for 20 minutes, and then you're going to turn the heat to 425 and bake it for 5 minutes more. Now I need 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put them in a microwave and melt it. And now it's time to add in the packet to the butter. Then you just want to give that a good mix and set that aside for when it is all done. I just wanted to take a little video of it as it was cooking. You can see how the biscuits spread. And now it is ready. I'm going to take the pastry brush and I'm going to spread the mixture all over the biscuits. Now it is time to enjoy this meal. And here I just want to show you what it looks like when I cut it apart. It's nice. I love casseroles where you have everything all on one plate. So good. I hope you give this recipe a try. And onto the tomato paste, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scoop it out into 1 tablespoon servings, and then I'm going to put it in the freezer, wait for it to freeze. Once it is frozen, I will be putting it in a freezer bag, and that way when I need it for another recipe, and maybe just a tablespoon, I will be able to just grab one as needed. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit that like button. And at the end of this video, I'm going to put a couple of my other videos up if you would like to click on them. And I want to thank you so much for watching today.